Peace YouTube, this is FleurBrun. Here we go. You can hear me. Hey Kay. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me now? Say high five. Let me know if you can hear me. Put a 13 if you can hear me. You can hear? Okay. Say hey everybody. I'm in the trailer. Sorry. Uh-oh. You were in the picture. Okay, y'all. I'm trucking it. I thought I'd stop by and say hey with a new topic of discussion. So peace to the east, the west, north, and the south. This is FleurBrun coming to you today. Hold on. Hold on. All right. So as you can see, I'm driving the RV today. I wanted to stop. I know, I'm such a trucker. I got a dirty white beater. I got a lot of road ahead of me, so you could take a look at the road ahead of me right now. So if you want to see, this is the road ahead of me. Yeah, this is me driving. All right. So we took a break on the road for a second just to say hey. I wanted to talk about some things that would be really important right now. Oh, I look cute. Thank you. I'm dusty. I need a dusty song. Someone write me a dusty song. Rusty Dusty, right? Well, I just met up with another contactee. You know, I'm preparing. So for those who are on my channel, as you see, I changed the name of the channel to FleurBrun, above the firmament. This channel is going to be dedicated to the exodus, the extraction, and you know, basically dedicated to meeting up with the other contactees who are preparing to leave and to break out of the firmament. Also to kind of detail prepper off-gridding, which I began to do. So I'm off-grid. I'm dry knuckling it, dry camping. Yeah, my daughters are with me on the road. I only travel with my doggies. I travel with everybody. Remember, I'm a mother. A mother always travels with her cubs. So anywhere you see me, my cubs are close by. So my cubs are with me. They're in the back. You see Babette. Babette is also here. Okay. You see okay, we're ripping up we're redoing, and also you guys will get a chance to see, I think a patron, you'll see, we're digging up, we're redoing the whole camper, the RV. So we have the camper, so we're basically going to rip up all the interior. We're going to remake it to make it FleurBrun special, because I can't, you know, I gotta at least be intergalactically, you know, my feng shui has got to be going on. I will be careful. So anyway, so I wanted to get in the topic of discussion on prepping for the Poleshift. As many of you know, the countdown has began, and as I know, and it's been solidified with all of the actors are all leaving. Okay, so as you know, Agent Smith, you know, did his whole performance to basically make it have an excuse for not being in any more movies. Jim Carrey has said that Sonic is the last movie he's going to be in. Oh, no worries. Sonic is going to be the last movie he's going to be in, and they are all leaving. They've all left. Okay, Elvis has left the building because they have left the countdown now. If you don't get a chance, Maverick, I don't want to take advantage of this information. It is what I've known. We have 11 months until the pole shift, the full magnetic pole shift. Hold on, let me make sure my doggies are okay. Where's my fluffies? Where's, oh, Fi's on the couch. You see a foot down there. Say hi, Babette. Say hi. Babette, you say hi? Come say hi, Babette. Okay, so Babette is trying to, she doesn't want, she's very upset with me. She wants to go out and be in the dust. It's not gonna happen. So they've all left the building. Please smash a like on the video so that at least the video will stay up. I think this channel is less acceptable. The other channel has more views, so definitely it allows for at least, I guess, this message. Maverick is the one who made the timeline of 11 months. There was another a sun star who brought it up that it's 9 months from now. My gear is the Poleshift. As you know, there's 2 signs I've always given you that the Poleshift is on and popping right before it happens. One of the notable distinguished ways of you'll knowing that the Poleshift is happening is that you'll see right before, maybe a couple weeks before, maybe 2 to 3 months before, or a month before, World War III will kick off. So once World War III kicks off, you should be ready to be off grid, off world, out of firmament, or under the ground. And the second distinguishing way that I know personally from being in a past life with Edgar Casey. Remember, I think many of you who've known me for a while, I was at Edgar Casey's Institute when I was in my past life, when I was a hippie. That was when I was really wild, and I used to be there. And I notably made sure I reincarnated with one signature that would let me know when the Poleshift was exactly going to happen right before it happens. And that would be when Montpellier, from Martinique. Martinique is my island. Many of you who may not know the islands, Martinique is a French island. It's a state of France. Once Montpellier kicks off fully, that means that the Poleshift is right behind, fully, the full flip, magnetic flip. Do know that we're living in a reset. The Poleshift is part of the reset. It isn't something natural. It is pre-orchestrated, it is predetermined, and it is preset. It comes with them ending a cycle and beginning a new cycle. The new cycle, that's why at the end of the cycle, and I think many of you who are under the tutelage of Dr. Delbert Blair also knew that he said right before the reset, or right before the Poleshift, at the end of the cycle would be all these dastardly type of things, like people who were transsexual, pansexuals, depraved, people who had sex with animals, corpses, trees, everything. He said the depraved sexuality and ambiguity, and also those were signs that we were at the end of the cycle. Also, what I know is they're euthanizing a lot of people, but also they're stopping the population growth. They're castrating males, most males, if they aren't healthy, and it's hard to be healthy living in an environment that is toxic, because they've chemically castrated a majority of males, especially in the United States. They put a whole bunch of soy, all kinds of, they circumcise them from birth. They socially engineer them to like anal cavities as opposed to a yoni. They make them wear tight jeans. They put cell phones on their wands. They basically are destroying males' reproduction system and making it so they aren't replicating, able to see children anymore. Also, they're creating, which we had waited for a long time, the male birth control, which was always made. Now they're going to make it accessible. They're stopping the birth rate. Also, they're making it so women aren't able to give birth to children anymore. They're basically they're stopping the reproduction of females on the planet. And that's what all this transsexualism, making it okay to have a child at 8 years old, make a decision to castrate, to get castrated, or to take out their wombs. What do you think? Anyone who's a transsexual wouldn't be able to naturally have children anymore. Hold on. It's a little windy out here. So they're stopping the birth rate. That's part of the reset. If you don't know about the Tatarian societies, you should look it up, the mud floods and all that stuff. This is reset. All those governmental buildings and everything, they were always here. They were here for the longest time. They could have been here hundreds or thousands of years. You can't really possibly know. So this is reset. They're getting rid of the majority of the population. All the farmers are being paid a lot. 90% of the no, I don't want to exaggerate. 70% of the farmers are being paid by Willy Wonka and his League of Doom to destroy all their food crops. And then they're projecting it to you outside as if there's food shortages. No, whenever an experiment is over, they destroy everything, including the experiment. And then they freeze dry the rats and put them in baggies, and they go on to the next experiment. This is reset, y'all. Poleshift, you got 11 months. The least amount of months you have is 9, 11 months you have. Tell everybody you love them. Make sure you prepare. If you're going to stay on world, off world, inner world. The celebrities are all going in their inside bunkers. They're all prepared. And it's a shame because these beings have always been here. We don't even know who they are, as far as these are probably the social psychopaths that are here in the loop and have always been part of the loop. So they're just basically going to hide and then come and resurface at another point in the reincarnation cycle, and you'll see them as another, type of celebrated sicko. Okay. The animals are tripping. A lot of people are having nasal issues, nosebleeds, and it's everywhere. A lot of people are having nasal headaches, nasal congestion. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're on the West Coast, East Coast. And let me give some love to my New York family. I am so sorry of what's going on there. New York just had a shooting again in Brooklyn. 13 people shot at A-Train. I think it was at 36th Street, 8:30 in the morning or something like that. I'm so sorry. They had an explosion in the potholes. They said the guy was detonating stuff. It's on and popping, y'all. And it isn't to make you afraid, but I'm ready. So me and the contactees, I'm so grateful the ancestors have I put myself on the road, and many of you will be able to watch the transition from FleurBrun being normally sedentary in one placement. I'm never really in one place, but I am going to be totally off grid for this next couple of probably into the Poleshift. There's some other surprises with that. You get to watch the journey. I'm going to document most of this journey above the, making it above the firmament, and also doing dry off gridding. And the prepper life that I prepared for over 25 years. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm excited. I'm surrounded by the most amazing people. Such a wonderful support system. And I want to thank everyone for coming over here to the channel and just being, seeing FleurBrun from being that quirky Creole from back in the days who could barely make a video without saying yes, and watching a contactee who was ridiculed when she first began, and coming into her own and finding all of you fine, wonderful beings who have joined me along this journey. So if you ever want to see what we're doing off gridding, you're going to see this wonderful RV. I purchased this RV. I love this RV. We just cleaned it up. We're digging up the rugs and things like that. It's going to be rejudged. This will be our, until we get to our off-grid position. We'll be building an off-grid community. This is the sanctuary that I said. I'm building a sanctuary in Brazil. Big up to my Brazilians. Bom dia. Boa tarde. Tudo bem? So we'll be building the sanctuary in Brazil, and this will be my on-site sanctuary in the United States. I told y'all I wasn't going to leave you. So I will have the off-grid here. We will be building it. For all of those who are on the Zoomies, you'll get a chance to actually witness the actual transformation. I picked the best terrain that is least occupied by low field humanoids. There isn't any 5G here. There aren't any chemtrails so far, gratefully. And there's a lot of extraterrestrials that will be in contact during this time. So I'm excited about this. I just wanted to come and bring up the time frame because I felt a certain way about sitting there, because you know there are other people who say, well, why are you going to tell everybody? Why are you going to tell everybody about the pole shift? And why are you going to bring it up? Why wouldn't I? Like, to me, it's like, it's a no-brainer. Whether you decide to off-grid it, whether you decide to stay with your family, whether you decide to love your loved ones and hug everybody until the end of this cycle, I would at least give you the opportunity. I haven't ever understood why people want to hoard that kind of information. Everyone should know. About 9 to 11 months, we will be seeing the pole shift. And you will know that generally it will happen. The pole magnetic, it's a magnetic shift. Again, it's a reset, it's part reset. During this time, most will be exiting. Right now, they're already extracting our people off planet. We've already opened 2 gates. We opened the water gate, we've opened the fire gate, we're about to open the wind gate, the air gate, and we're gonna open up the earth gate. We're opening up the gates. We'll do 3 successions of 4. We'll do 4 sessions of 3. No, 3 sessions of 4. It'll be water, fire, air, earth. And we're opening up the gates so that people can be extracted out of this firmament. I know you think I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but do I look really crazy? You know what? No, it's interesting. People used to call me crazy, but those are the same people sitting in the same house, doing the same thing, criticizing everybody else, just sitting there sedentary, criticizing everybody else. As you see, FleurBrun doesn't talk about it. She bees about it. Do you understand? I'm not just sitting in my house dictating what I do or what you should do. I'm a very movement-oriented person. If I speak about it, it's because I'm doing it. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, I'm a contactee. This is what I do. The other beings are here. Our bridegroom is here. A lot of the different gates, star gates, are being opened, and they're being blocked at the same time. A lot of ships are cloaked. Where I am, one of the big mother hover ships is here. I plan to have contact. I have other contactees with me here in my location, in my geolocation, in my bug out location. The other contactees are with me. We plan to leave on the ship after I get my team out. And that's just what I plan to do. With my children, with my dogs, and with my love. So it shouldn't even matter at this point. You know what? Let me not even address these fools who sit here and criticize for you. But all I want to say to y'all, let's get it together. You shouldn't have all your liaisons. Anybody who isn't for you is going to fall away. Let them go. You know, if you're having any sort of feeling about leaving, go. I'm telling you, be about that RV life. Anybody's talking about the RVs, I got an RV. This is an RV. I love it. I would suggest everybody get an RV if you can. Pay cash for it. Do this. Be on the road. I'm a wandering Jew. Remember we talked about the wandering Jew. Jew in Japanese, thank you to M. Jew in Japanese means free. I am a wandering Jew. I am a sovereign being. I haven't been bound to any place or any place. Anytime Willy Wonka says I can't do something, what do? I do exactly what I want to do. If I want to leave the country, I leave the country. If I want to be in the country, I'll move in the country. And anytime these fools try to follow me, they will be met by the galactic forces. Let's get that RV life on. I'm loving the RV. I love the RV life. I'm so big up to all the RVers. Some of us have been traveling. There's a couple who are traveling in the caravan. I'm loving it. I didn't realize. I always did. This is one of the bucket lists that I've had, but the pole shift and prepping has always brought me to this pinnacle point where I wanted to purchase an RV. And this is actually the first RV I've ever purchased. So, you know, I only say what I do. I always encourage people to do the things that I enjoy. If you can get an RV, get that RV life on. It makes you allowed to move. You aren't followed by Willy Wonka. You can go somewhere where they aren't 5G, where they have all these towers everywhere, because the towers are everywhere. I mean, it's rarely that you're going to get a point, but if you can find a place where they haven't put up any 5G towers and they haven't put a whole bunch of a whole bunch of fiber optics all around you, that's the best you could do. It just would be amazing. And I'm just going to encourage people to do the RV, because we're going to drive these RVs, and especially if Willy Wonka comes, we're going to leave. So if you about that RV life, when it's time for us to bounce, you might be able to join the caravan. So once we get close to the pole shift, many of us will be going to our final sanctuary spots. Mine is in Brazil. Some of you will be driving into Central and South America. If you're down with that, I guess we can contact each other during that time, and we will do our caravan together for some who decide that they won't want to be in Willy Wonka's League of Doom and his place. This Willy Wonka's everywhere, but I'm just saying, you know, there's certain places that you can be that are less inundated with the flip of the pole shift isn't going to be as dramatic. Okay, we talked about that before. And big up to all those who did the fast, who are on the fast. So do you know today is the 13th? Big up to everyone. Blissful 13th. Today is the day that we start the bone broth fast today. I know many of our sea stars and sun stars from Zoom. Have already. We're going to discuss it tonight. Many of you did the raw fast, eating lots of high fruit, enjoying it. I hope you feel amazing, and don't worry if you didn't make it through the whole raw fast. Today is the first day of your bone broth, and do it as long as you can. I mean, I think it's wonderful to give your body as much nourishment as possible. Today's the 12th. Wait, what's today? Isn't today is today the 12th? Oh my word. Oh my word. And another, thank you, Ann. Oh my God. I thought it was the 13th. My bad. 13th is tomorrow. So I'm sorry. You have another day of raw. You guys, thank you for telling me it's the 12th. So there isn't any blissful 13th. I'm all off. So the 13th is when we begin our bone broth fast. Like I said, we're on the road now. I'm going to try to settle down in a little bit. As you see, I've got a little bit of a distance to go. We will be off-world. I'm so excited to meet other contactees. I'm telling you, y'all, the universe is so masterful. They're having us meet up together right before we leave the firmament. So as you know, the channel name is changed. The channel is called FleurBrun Above the Firmament. That is where we are going to be. You know, a lot of beings are being extracted and are leaving, including some of your so-called celebrities. They can't leave the planetoid or this hologram, but they're gonna go under Earth. They're gonna be unearthed. My brother used to say I look like a rabbit. Unearthed. They're going to be under the ground, and those underground cities with other beings just like themselves. They've bought the bunkers. They're all getting ready. That's why they did all the thing. That's why Will Smith made such a fake production of smacking another being, so that he knew that they would ban him for 10 years. It was all pre-planned. 10 years. There's a reason why he's not doing another movie. No, now you know it's because they're all going in their underground bunkers. No shade. Okay? It is what it is. They're prepared, so why shouldn't you be prepared? Instead of him smacking and doing fake smacks, if he really loved humanity and he really cared about people, why wouldn't he just, instead of smacking Chris Rock, why wouldn't he turn around and say, y'all, get prepared and get ready for the pole shift? That's what a real man would do. A real man who really cares about humanity, who cares about the people, would warn them. But a lot of these men, especially a man who smacks other men, who likes to take it up the rear, that's not a very manly man, okay? So I wouldn't see him as an alpha who's looking out for the general well-being of other humanoids who aren't even in the know. And do know that the second half of Tupac Shakur has already showed up. We have two beings who showed up, what we consider to be Tupac Shakur's remix. Can someone tell them? I don't know if anyone can tell them. I can't say it on here. Tupac Shakur has made the remix already, and it is out and about. There was a YouTuber who had the Tupac Shakur, unfortunately, on her face. And there's Tupac Shakur that's shown up on, no, it's not a clone. It's the Plandemic. It's the next version of the Plandemic. It's showing up, okay? So when you're looking at Willy Wonka making up new Kukarachi symptoms, do know when he's saying that there's rashes and skin lesions, that is a BS. Yes, my love. Thank you. Okay, that's exactly what it is. Yes, okay. Thank you, my loves. You put it in there. Do know that Willy Wonka has added, and big up to Marie and all the other beautiful nurses that I've talked to who alerted us of some craziness. We have seen that it has now come out. They're going to call it something else, y'all. They're going to call it herpes, space herpes. They're going to call it shingles, but we know that it is Tupac Shakur remix. It is now out and about. The album is out. It's the remix. It's out. Be careful what you touch. Have that 5 Thieves on hand. 5 Thieves on hand. Okay. Keep yourself, as far as, you know, because it could be spread by sputum, by talking to someone in their face. So now, you know, they lifted all the mask mandates. You know why they did that? Because they want the Tupac Shakur remix to hit every location to a location next to you. They aren't clever. Do you understand? These beings aren't very unique. They aren't in the know. They aren't very unique. Remember, these are loopers. A lot of them are in a perpetual loop. They do the same thing over and over again. It's the same remix. That's why it's called the remix. So the Tupac remix is out. Make sure you aren't sleeping with partners who have the Tupac Shakur remix, because it usually shows up on the face, the forearms, or on the side. I think it's the side. It usually shows up, yeah, I think in the face, the forearm, and the side. So, you know, drop it like it's hot. Keep people at bay, especially people who are cucarachita. And sea stars, if you want to save your womb and your reproduction, make sure you aren't sleeping with people who have the Tupac Shakur remix in their vaccines. And make sure you aren't trying to replicate you know, a DNA altered offspring with these you know, sheeple who thought that taking a chemicalized you know, AI you know, a DNA altering Kugarachi shot wasn't going to do anything. A lot of the women are having problems conceiving, including sea stars from Brazil. So if you want to have children, my young, beautiful sea stars, and those who are more seasoned, because you should be able to have babies until you lose your breath, watch your wombs and watch who you let engage with you physically. And try to use your discernment, because a lot of these men will tell you whatever you want to hear so they can stick their wands, their dirty, chemicalized Kukarachi wands, all in your beautiful yoni space. Watch your yonis, okay? It's better to keep your eggs safe than have a Terminator seed enter that beautiful yoni that you've been protecting and clearing, okay? So, you know, trying to bring beautiful babies on this planet. It was the entry. So just be careful with that too. You know, I never trusted chickens to mass destruction. They're killing all the chickens in Germany and all of Europe. They're stopping the eggs and the eggs production. I mean, it's the reset, y'all. I haven't told you enough. Anyone who's been a part of me for years, you already know I prepared you for this. I prepared you for this, what, 2012? I've been preparing you for this. So many of you already know. Get your seedlings on. You should have all your heirloom seeds ready, popping. You're going to have to keep them because, you know, Willy Wonka's going to try to take your seedlings. Keep all your heirloom seeds to yourself. You know, keep people aligned with you. Right now, people who aren't aligned with you will be purged from your life. They'll be purged. They won't be able to mate with you. You won't be able to be with them, because only birds of a feather will flock together right now. And twinning, which is interesting, is happening. I guess because we opened the gates. So that's another phenomenon that's showing up. Look, somebody's at my front door. They're so slick. Anytime I come on a live, they ring the front door. Screw you, Willy Wonka. Screw you, Willy Wonka. You're at the front door, but you're at the wrong front door, Willy. Willy Wonka, you're at the wrong front door. I'm not there, Willy Wonka. Keep ringing the doorbell. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny. Whenever I come on here, they come and ring my door. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. My bell. Ring a ring a ring. I'm not there, Willy. I'm on the run. I'm on the run, G. I'm on the run. I got my house in the back. I got the house in the back. I should make a rap song, right? I can't really say. I'm off the chain. Let me stop antagonizing them before they get the satellites and be like, oh, really? Let's satellite her. Oh man, I'm off the chain. Anyway, y'all, let's get the RV on. Let's get it. 11 months, 9 months least, 11 months. Let's get it. If you wanted to throw that block party, throw that party. If you wanted to have that one thing that you always wanted to have, do your thing. This is reset, y'all. We are made for this life. You know I'm not the one to ever make us go low and be all depressed about. What is it to be depressed? You're an everlasting soul. This body, you'll get another one. So what does it matter? Enjoy your life. As long as you aren't hurting anyone, drop it like it's hot. Enjoy yourself. Live it up. If you're trying to be here post-Poleshift, you're going to have to do a little preparation. You need to go off grid. Get yourself an RV. Get yourself the van life. Be careful. Don't tell people your business. Get some seeds. Get some people around you and get hang around people like-minded. Let's get it. Let's get it. If nobody was going to motivate you today, I'm going to tell you everything. You're beautiful. Everyone here, you are beautiful. You are worthy of living a great and fantastic life. You are meant to thrive. You aren't a slave to Willy Wonka and his League of Doom. They are losers. Losers, Willy Wonka and my neighbors. A big middle finger to the neighbors who like to spy on me. Losers. Willy Wonka isn't your handler or your master unless you give him permission. Tell him to kick rocks and you do you, boo. Take your homeboy, take your homegirl, take your family, get them on the road. Let's get it. It's the end. It's the end of the cycle. Listen, they're doing a whole bunch of diabolical things. Why can't you do magical things? Let them do them. You do you. Just because they're doing diabolical. Can I have my drink, baby? Can you get my drink? Let's try it. Just because they're doing them diabolical, why do you have to follow suit? Why do you have to be afraid? So they have a food shortage. We shouldn't be getting food from these bastards anyway. So what they don't have, they're telling you that you can't have gasoline. You shouldn't be getting gasoline from these bastards anyway. They told you can't leave. You could do anything you want to do. Hold on. Let me take a sip. And I'm off coffee, y'all. Let me explain something. This is limeade. I've been behaving myself. This is a natural high. FleurBrun has been off coffee since before their fast or raw fast. So I hope you're proud of me. I haven't drank coffee. I was really upset initially. But I'm okay now. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it. What was I complimenting you? Hold on. You're masterful. So if someone hasn't told you how beautiful you were, how talented you are, how important you are, how you are meant to thrive, let me tell you. Let me be the first to tell you today. You are above anything that anyone outside of you could do to you. The only way they can insect on you is if you allow them and you give them permission. I rebuke everyone. Listen to me. They told me I was out of this world. I am. Look where I am. I'm out of this world. I'm out of this world. What do you care what people think about you? What do you care? For years they've been saying to FleurBrun, oh, FleurBrun, you're over the top. Oh, you're so eccentric. Are you mentally ill? Are you just a fatty who likes to drink? Are you just a sex kitten? Or what they used to call me, a siren? Are you just no, they didn't call me a slut. They call me a space whore. They call me a space whore. I didn't mind when they called me. Not a space whore, but I thought that was really interesting. One person called me a space whore. Not a lot of people, but that was probably the most interesting, space whore. My dogs are here. You want to see? Look. Say hi, Babette. Say hi. Say hi. Everybody's in the RV. Everybody. Yeah, I thought it was funny. That was the only person who's ever said that. It was like, you space whore. Just thinking about it's funny. I've been called everything. I'm about this life. And I'm about to meet up with my extraterrestrial compadres. I'm excited about that. I'll have messages from you. They sent. You know how you know where it's so masterful? They sent the others to me today. Right before I came on here, they sent another contactee to me. Isn't that crazy how that happens? That's how it's so masterful. That's why it doesn't matter what they do. They could do anything they want. It has nothing to do with me. I always have the level of freedom, protection, and companionship, regardless of what Willy Wonka and his League of Doom are doing out in this world, this hologram. So they sent another contactee over here in the middle of nowhere. So we're going to be dropping it like it's hot. So for everyone, I just want to give you the time frame. It's about 9 to 11 months for the Poleshift, for the full-on flip. And do know the signatures of the preamps, the pre-tangles, the pre-tangles is World War III kicks off. That's how you know you got like 2 to 3 months, because they do it right before. It's a distraction, so you won't be able to prep. So that's why I get my people ready. I get y'all ready to prep. I don't really wait for Willy Wonka. Listen, I got my people ready. It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to save the whole world, because the old world is not in it for that. But I'm trying to save y'all. So I just say that when you see that the World War III fully kicks off, my lips are really dry. When World War III, I'm sorry, y'all. My lips are dry. My God, I'm sorry. That's when you know you have about, and I'm only predicting that. I don't really know that. Notice I tell you what I know. I don't know if it's 2 to 3 months. I don't know if it's a month. I don't know if it's like 10 days. I don't know. But if World War III is kicked off and they say that we're in it, that's when you should be set. Get your butt to the safe zones, wherever you consider safe. Safe is different for everybody else. You shouldn't be in a big city around anyone. And I told you already, if you're living anywhere within 20 to 30 miles of a prison, a maximum prison, you need to move. Or you need to have your place cloaked so that they won't have access to you. Anywhere 20 to 30 miles away. I would even say a little further out, but that's just to say 30 miles, the least amount. The maximum you should have a prison within 50 to 100 miles of you. Okay? Don't ever say you can't, my love. Don't ever say you can't get an RV. I want to talk to my sea stars. Let me explain something. We have to understand and understand that anything we desire, we can have. You've watched me over the years, and I am a mother. I am a proactive mother. You aren't seeing me as a mother running around with men doing all kinds of crap. I'm always with my cubs and my dogs. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm not some G.I. Jane. I'm not somebody who knows everything all the time. If I can go and get an RV, then by all means you can do it. Make sure you take negations out of anything. If that's what you want, you may not want it. You may not want it. And I'm not saying everybody should, but if that's what you want, by goodness, goddess, you can get anything you desire. This is a hologram, my baby, my love. Let me tell you again, this is a hologram. This is a hologram. This is an interactive video game. Your thoughts manifest your reality. You can get anything you want. Anything. Make sure you aren't watching or listening to other people direct your path. You are the progenitor of your own reality. That's why it isn't good to listen to a whole bunch of other people bark outside of you and project things to you. It's all you. Everything is you. So at the end of the day, if you may not want an RV, maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to be somewhere where it's like beautiful and tropical, or maybe you want to be somewhere where you know it's safe for your family. Maybe you want to do something that is maybe you haven't done. Maybe you want to go water. Or maybe you want to live on a boat. You can do anything you want. Okay, so make sure there isn't anybody in your life, or you aren't the person speaking negations to yourself. Because sometimes it's not even about others. It's sometimes about us. Do that van life. Do that RV life. It's beautiful. I've joined the community of RVers. Remember they were talking about RV? This is what I think they were talking about. I'm a wandering Jew, y'all. I've come out of the closet. I'm a wandering Jew. I'm a wandering Jew. I am moving about the planet until I get picked up. and I leave. Because this isn't my planet. And for many of you, it isn't yours either. Do you understand? And no, don't rent an RV. Because if you have to, I say do it. If you could pay cash, y'all. You know, that's another thing you will learn about me. If I can't pay cash, I don't want it at all. Because I want zero ties to Willy Wonka. Because Willy Wonka has too much control. Pay cash. Save up your, instead of buying flat screen TVs, instead of buying new cars where you have payments, instead of buying electric cars that are mined by children in Africa for the cobalt. Shame on anyone who's bought those alien cars that are those what is it called? Those electric cars with those little babies, those little African babies in the Congo, going in these mines, these little tiny little holes in the ground to get you some cobalt for your car. Shame on you. We should be ashamed for supporting that kind of nonsense. Any man who says that he's so-called enlightened, or I told you he's a gray. I told you the man is a gray. He doesn't care about the babies, Tesla. He doesn't care about these babies, these little beautiful babies crawling down in these holes, sometimes not able to make it back up, digging with their hands like animals. When should we ever... Oh, hold on, I've got a mess. Aziza, I can't open it now. I'm gonna have to open it. Yeah, it's disgusting. I'm just saying, y'all, we get karma for supporting when babies get hurt. And sometimes people don't care. Like, everybody's talking about what's going on in Ukraine, but how come no one's talking about the genocide happening in Ethiopia or in Somalia or in the Congo that's ongoing? Why? Wait, I'm a psychic. Hold on. Maybe it's because they have brown skin. Maybe because they have really dark brown, beautiful skin, and that their lives aren't as valuable. So that, yes, you'll talk about Ukraine, where the United Fakes had all of their underground medical bioweaponry on there, paying for it, but you don't really care about very sweet village-like people, tribal people who are making money because there's colonization. It's disgusting. Every baby matters on this planet. It doesn't matter what complexion the baby is. Stop it already. When people say things about Ukraine, I said, well, you should have said Ethiopia first. You should have said Somali first. You should have said something about the Congo or Sierra Leone first, because that was ongoing before Ukraine. And Ukraine is a bunch of clowns in the government, including the one who is a comedian that they call their president, who is dressed up in a whole bunch of sexual perverted latex, promoting all kinds of trans sexuality, who has been paid off by Sniff and Snort. That's Alicia. Big up to Alicia, our political analyst on Zoom. That's her term. Sniff and Snort's son was over there doing business, and they have a whole bunch of bioweaponry, which Russia had disclosed. I'm sorry for yelling. It just makes me really disappointed. I'm very disappointed. Every baby matters. If you have a Tesla, if you have some of the electronics, when we have computers, we must know it's everything. It's not just a Tesla, but the Tesla uses a lot more of that cobalt. But all of us should be culpable and responsible for those babies who are over there hurting themselves just to get you a computer or a cell phone. It's just like in Avatar. Remember in Avatar? They killed all those wonderful indigenous. They came over, infiltrated, and put themselves in their bios, their costumes and their bodies, made a whole bio clone, and went over there to incept them so they could take over that tree and kill the tree so they could get to their resource underneath the tree. Ewa. We pay for that. Why do you think we suffer so much? If there's any suffrage, it's because we've been complicit in other people's pain and other mothers' loss. When you sit around and you lend a blind eye to another mother losing her baby, or a blind eye to a baby killing themselves for a recreational item that we have in our house, we are shameful, and that's including me. It's Poleshift, y'all. It's Poleshift. I won't be doing that anymore. I'm about this life. I got my RV. I got the road ahead of me. I got to go a little further down. I'm heading all out. I got far to go. I got my contactees. I'm about to get my other RVers. We're going to caravan it. And when it's time for the pole shift, we're going to bounce and we're going to go to our other sanctuary. It's pole shift 2022 to 2023. It's right on time, y'all. So like I said, take this moment, this information, and make sure you aren't putting fear in it. It isn't any, if you notice, I was laughing the whole time. Take this moment and live in joy. Live in happiness. Live the best of your life. No, I'm not in Arizona because Arizona has too many prisons. No shade, Arizona. Arizona has too many. Look at Arizona. Arizona has too many maximum prisons in a close proximity, a small, close mile spacage. Space. It's one of the reasons I didn't choose, not because it's not beautiful. Arizona's beautiful, but just letting you know, I'm telling everybody, if you prepping and you getting ready, remember the first line of expect. No, I'm not in New Mexico. Y'all trying to guess. I'm not in New Mexico. You'll never guess. I'm not in New Mexico. I'm not in Arizona. I'm not in California. I'm none of those places. Okay. Good check though. But too many prison systems too close by. Too many New Mexico has too much radioactive activity underneath the ground. Okay. So for that being said, I just want to make sure that I've let you know that it's time for you to really buckle up. Utah. Well, Utah, isn't it cold right now? Anyway, so let's get it. Let's get it, everybody. Let's start getting ready for the shift. You have a time frame. Chances are I'm not, but it doesn't matter. You see the change in the world. Do everything you can to enjoy this next couple of months. Let's do it. If you're in love with someone, tell them you love them. If you haven't spoken to someone in a long time and you want to contact them now. If you want to go, I'm not in Nevada. Y'all look cool though. If you wanted to do something like going skiing, going skydive, I say do everything that hit your bucket list. This is the end of the cycle, y'all. It's the end, friend. It's the end, friend. Shoot. This is the sub-Sahara of Africa. That's how it looks to me. This looks like sub-Sahara Africa where I am. You know what I'm saying? I love St. Lucia. I wish I was in St. Lucia. It's just going to be underwater, my islands. Big up to my island folk. All right, so everybody watch out. Also, you got Manchurian candidates being activated. I want to give a lot of love and support to my New Yorkers. People are losing their mind. A lot of people are losing their minds, y'all. They're being activated by all of the nano particulates in their brain, and they're being activated by the 40,000 satellites, along with the fiber optics they put in everybody's neighborhood, along with the 5G. So just watch people around you. If you start seeing them glitch out and them saying things, somebody stabs somebody for saying something religious, I'm just saying, don't get in arguments. It isn't worth it. It isn't worth it. Okay? So why is prison a concern? Because when a society breaks down, the one place that won't be held up to the standard of holding them in is prisons. If the whole society breaks down, the first place that people will leave and won't return to are the prison systems. All the security guards, all the CEOs, all the correctional officers, they won't be there. They'll be home with their families protecting them. And that's when you will see the prison systems. They'll be crawling over there like roaches, crawling over those walls. And you got to think, a man who has maximum prison, who's been in there, who's got a triple life sentence, him getting out ain't a good thing. So I always put that in your mind. I've talked about that to you years ago. There's some newbies on here right now. I talked to you as well. You shouldn't be anywhere within 30 miles of a prison system. Prisoners have been in shape. They've been working out for years. They haven't had seen a woman, some of them, other than the people that go into the prison system. I'm just saying, I don't put that fear in you. I make you hyper aware. If you're living anywhere within 30 miles of a prison system, we're about to see a shift. Even if it's World War III, do know that that World War III isn't going to be outside. It's going to be inside. It isn't going to be outside. This is the first time the United Fakes is going to have it on its own grounds. That being said, whenever the whole society falls apart, the prison systems are not protected. They gonna come out, okay? And these men have been desperate, exiled from the community, and they got a gripe to pick. So all I'm saying to you, I'm talking to my sea stars. You sun stars, some of you are equipped to deal with men like that. I'm talking to my sea stars because I know a lot of sea stars who are doing this on their own, solo. So I'm talking to them because I care about their well-being and their children. Because of that, you need to look in your area. And I don't say it to you, maybe this is something that your ancestors wanted me to tell you today. Maybe this was your sound off, but look in your area. If you see a prison system within 20, 30 miles of you, and if it's any closer, you already know. Okay? Let's get it. Enjoy yourself. Be sovereign. I am a sovereign being. You know how you know I'm sovereign? Because I haven't been bound to anything. Willy Wonka told me that I couldn't leave. I was curfewed. When they first had lockdowns, I was out every night. Willy Wonka said I shouldn't leave the country. I left the country. Willy Wonka said I can only stay in certain places because of the gas prices. I'm in my RV. Screw Willy Wonka. I am sovereign, and I suggest you get the same. Sovereignty doesn't talk about it, it be about it. If you're a sovereign being, you don't have to do a whole bunch of paperwork. All you got to do is live free. A truly sovereign being is autonomous. I haven't anything that I require that I can't produce myself. That makes me sovereign. If Willy Wonka says anything right now, I could bounce, leave, and he wouldn't be able to touch me gracefully. That's sovereign. So don't listen to all these crazy communities being, oh, I'm sovereign, I'm trying to get paperwork. Screw that. If you got to get a whole bunch of paperwork to be sovereign, then you just going to be like Willy Wonka, because that's what they do, paperwork. I don't come from paperwork. Paper is the trees of my ancestors. Why would I want to fill out paper on the dead skins of my ancestors? Why would I want to sit here and play tag with Willy Wonka and his court system? I can't be an advantage in the system he created. I can only be an advantage in the world of my sovereign native terrain. This is my terrain. I'm a native indigenous. I walk this earth plane without shoes. I've traveled throughout waterways. This is my world. I reign here. He reigns in the courts that he created. He can't even go in the sun. You ever see the people in the courts? They look like vampires. They can't come out in the sun. He couldn't play out here with me. I'd be hiding like the Vietnamese. Remember when they went to Vietnamese? They were hiding all in the jungle underneath the terrain. You aren't going to come to another person's world and bring war to them. Look at the Haitians. The Haitians, you know why they won? Because you couldn't cover a whole bunch of people coming with umbrellas. They couldn't even handle the sun, trying to rule over a bunch of jungle people. No, those jungle people had advantage because they from the jungle. You have advantage, y'all. Stop thinking Willy Wonka's got it. They weak. You know how you know they're weak? Because they can't show their hands to you. They got to hide. If they really about that life, they really bowdy, they wouldn't have to hide. They wouldn't have to hide. Where's Willy Wonka? He's got to hide behind the pencil or the pen or the television or the radio or makeup or shapeshift. He can't. Where's he coming? He isn't going to show his hand to you because he's a punk. He has to have his minions do things on his behalf. He has to have others do things. He has to hide his hands. If he was really about that life, he would show himself. You know why he won't? Because we're stronger, more powerful, and more vehemently celestial than he is. If some of us start arguing long enough, you'd realize that if we all came together, they wouldn't have a leg to stand on. That's why they're creating all these fake wars. They got to create bioweaponry. They got to convince you that you aren't worthy of thinking for yourself and being autonomous. He's got to think on your behalf. He's got to tell you everything he could do. He's your slave master if you let him be. Screw them. Live your life. If anyone is a testament of doing things, I am a woman. Let me tell you, I'm a woman. So when people tell you that you can't do anything, let me state the things that they consider to be a deficit. I am a woman. That in Willy Wonka's world would give me a deficit. I am a woman of color. That would make me, in Willy Wonka's world, a deficit. Have a deficit. I am a chunky thickums woman. That in Willy Wonka's world would make me a deficit. I am not walking and toted and paid by any man. There isn't any man in here telling me what to do or ruling my world or making me do, or I have to ask him for anything to do. That would, in his world, would make me a deficit. How have you watched me these years? And I am a mother who reigns in her own house and watches over her cubs herself. That in his world will make me a deficit. I have lived well, gratefully. I have lived my highest and greatest life gratefully, and I am enjoying every moment of it. So if you listen to Willy Wonka and you listen to the things they project to you, you will be under his reign of tyranny and deficits. There isn't anybody who's low. You were made exactly how you were meant to be. If you are thin and nice and tiny and you have short hair, that's how the universe, you picked that beautiful avatar. If you have dark curly hair that goes up to the sky and really big hips and big thighs, you were made that way for you to deal with your terrain. That makes you more pliable for hot arenas where you stockpile liquids and water. Some of you think holding on to water is negative because you're living in a world that tells you that that is something wrong with you, so you can take medication. But they don't tell you that you should be living in another geographical location where holding and stockpiling water is part of your natural way of existing in a world that's a little drier. Like a camel. Live where you're thriving. I remember this wonderful saying, and I love this saying. Live somewhere, be somewhere where you're celebrated rather than being tolerated. Listen to me. Be somewhere where you are celebrated rather than tolerated. Being who you are naturally, listen. And for you C-stars who keep telling yourself you're not good looking, you're not good enough, let me tell you, I've lived a good life on this planet, and I've been a thick girl. Ask anybody who's been with me on a smaller thick girl, a bigger thick girl. It doesn't matter. I have gratefully had a choice of any mate that I've wanted who loves me. Don't you ever talk about yourself nasty. You put that narrative in your mind and you will project it. You are worthy. Anyone that would be with you would be partnered with you for the right reasons. Don't put on a face full of makeup. Don't pretend that you're something you're not. You are perfect the way you are. You're perfect. Everything about you is perfect. The way that your teeth are, that's your mother's teeth. The way that your eyes are set, that's your father's eyes. You have your grandmother's disposition. You have your grandfather's skill set. Why would you question it? You want to be like these bio clones on television telling you having a gap in your teeth is a bad thing. Having a dimple on your cheek is makes you look like a fatty. Having a round face makes you, no, that it's a disrespect to your ancestors. You look like you do because you have beautiful ancestors that actually lived and survived all these cataclysms, and you are a result of all of that wonderful genealogy, those ingredients that make you who you are today. Why would you question what you look like? It's damning your ancestors. You look like your people. Love it. Anyone who says any different, it doesn't matter. How they feel about you has nothing to do with you. That has only to do with them. Get ready, y'all. Get ready. So I'm excited. Everybody, come on, y'all. Let's get it. I'm doing the pep talk today. Put a like on the video if you're up for it. Listen, even if you don't like FleurBrun, you gotta at least give me some love and at least say to yourself, you know what? I come here because she's up for the shenanigans. You're always going to be quite excited. And I will always think positively about our future. You're an everlasting being. You've incarnated several different times, and you may again. What does it matter? Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's do it. If you weren't going to do it today, if you were feeling sad today, screw that. Throw that, say, I rebuke the sadness, I rebuke it, I reverse it, I reject it, and live your best life today. Enjoy yourself. I give you permission to enjoy your life today. I give you permission to love yourself today. Inquisitive God, inquisitive God, she was on Zoom the other day. She was talking about love. Loving yourself, loving who you are, loving, we forget love. And yes, she was talking about how it's, and big up to the C-Store who brought that up. I thought it was so amazing she brought that up because I think we forget. What about love? Screw it if the world's gonna end, make love like it's the end of the world. Look in your partner's eyes and say, I love you. Hold your babies, hold your cubs in your arms and say, I love you. Tell them every day. Every day. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, Daddy? I do. I look at myself in the mirror. My daddy passed. Many of you know. I look at myself in the mirror and I said, Daddy, I am so happy that even though I miss you, when I look in the mirror and look at my eyes, Daddy, I see you in my eyes. I know my daddy didn't go, nor did your father, nor did your mother. When you look in the mirror, that's them. You know that, right? They didn't leave. You are them. Your cellular molecular structure was developed and created via their cells. They are you, you are them. So you shouldn't miss any one of your ancestors. You are the ancestors. Do not talk to people who tell you the Akashic records are outside of yourself. Your Akashic records are in your cellular makeup. They're in your DNA. You can access your Akashic records in your DNA. It's all you. Everything is you. Love you. It's love. Let's do it. Love. Love. Let's just love today. Love. Be you. Enjoy everything. Let's get it. Let's do this. 9 to 11 months. Live it like you haven't lived. Live it like it's 1999. Go listen to Prince today. 1999. Live it up. Go watch a movie. Kick your feet up. Do what you do. It's time. I'm tired of fear, antics, and so oh my God. Yes, there's all kinds of Tupac Shakur. They bring in everything. Listen, they bring in everything out of the closet, including the kitchen sink. They throwing everything out here. But are going to be a participant or just an observant? I'm observing, and I'm moving according to how I see them coordinating their nonsense. Do you? And if you want to live this life, if you want to be like this, if you want to live free, it doesn't have to be the way I do it. Do it the way you want to do it. Do everything that you wanted to do. Do that bucket list. Let's get it. All right, y'all. So I got to get back on the road. I love you all so much. I hope it was helpful. Again, as much as I give you a little intel to put a little fire underneath your butt, I'm going to always give you some to quench your thirst. You know what I'm saying? Live happy, thrive. What is it? Live, what did Spock say? Be happy and prosper? No. Live well and prosper? What did Spock used to say? Live well and prosper? I think he used to say that, right? Live well and prosper. I love you too. I love you too. I love you. I love you. It's beautiful. I love it. Live long and prosper. Live long and prosper, y'all. Let's get it. Listen, Willy Wonka's going to do what he's doing. If Willy Wonka's going to bring it all out, let's do it. Get your seeds on. Live your life somewhere. Go get a property, get an RV. I'm enjoying the RV, y'all. You see how happy I am? I haven't been on coffee in a week. I'm enjoying it. I love this life. Listen, when I could go to the bathroom. I could take a nap back there. I can go cook. They can cook in the back. This is beautiful. And then we're going to pimp it out. We're going to pimp out. So some of you tonight, you're going to be on Zoom. Big up to the Zoomies. Tonight, I'm going to tape everything, all the process of building the off-grid property. I'm also going to show you how I pimp out my RV. I'm excited. And live your best life. All right? So I'm going to go. I got to get on the road before it gets dark. Because when it gets dark out here, then you actually see the extraterrestrial lights. There ain't any lights out here. It's pitch carbon black. There's because it's night. I gotta get to my spaceship. I'll see y'all on the spaceship tonight. I'll see everybody on Zoom tonight. If you want to join us on Patreon. We're on. I know, join Patreon. It's a little ways. Zoom will be on tonight. The Zoom crew, big up to the Zoom crew, will be on for the late. I'm gonna take a nap. I think I'm gonna take a nap before I come on tonight. Sometimes I gotta, because we get it in late. But anyway, I wish you all well. 9 to 11 months, y'all. Live well and prosper. Love everything. Live in love. Enjoy. Let's get it. All right, y'all. So I gotta go. I gotta get on the road. And I shall speak to y'all tonight. Bye. Peace.